goddamn button. Press the goddamn button.
Trey Songz is the nastiest, most disgusting alleged predator in Hollywood right now. And him having over 15 years of SA and assault allegations against him is truly not even the worst part. The worst part is that he continues to get away with it. So let's do it together. Let's go through all of Trey Songz' violent history since 2011. And for the sake of this video, just know that everything I'm about to talk about is alleged. In 2011, a woman claims that she was photographing a party that both her and Trey Songz happened to be at. She wasn't taking photos of him specifically, she was taking photos of the entire event. She alleges that Trey Songz somehow thought that she was there to take pictures of him, and so his response was to walk up to her and pretty much smash the camera in her face. In 2012, Trey Songz slaps a woman with a wad of cash at a strip club, leaves her with a black eye. 2013 is when that infamous bikini top incident happened. We've all pretty much seen the video at this point, right? He approaches a woman at a party, yanks on her bikini top, pretty much exposing her. Mind you, this woman was there with other partygoers, and some of them included her own coworkers, and they happened to see everything. The video of that incident was obtained and posted online by TMZ. In 2015, there are two women who say that they were invited to a party at Trey's home. At the party, they were forced to surrender their phones. This is not uncommon for Hollywood parties. Like, we've heard Justin Bieber doing this during his parties where they force people to sign NDAs and then give up their cell phones. And while other celebrities tend to do this for privacy or security reasons, I think that for Trey Songz, given the rest of the allegations that we're going to talk about, it's done as a control tactic, and we're gonna see more of it. Anyway, the women say that at the party, there was 20, 30 women and only 3 men. They said that they each only had a couple drinks, but eventually they started feeling super intoxicated. They thought that their drinks were spiked. They also say that they fell asleep fully clothed. One woman says that the next morning she woke up, she's completely undressed, and next to her is Trey Songz, allegedly also undressed and essaying her.
I don't want that type of fame. I don't. That shit get to your head. Y'all don't know how to conduct yourself no more. You don't listen to good counsel. You just see a entree of variety at your beck and call. A bunch of women who in other environments would say, I'm an independent woman, I don't need a man, you're a brokey, blah blah blah, and then you put them in this setting right here and you get a plethora of sexy reds at your beck and call, willing to do whatever you say because of your name and title. But then you forget what world we live in. We live amongst a bunch of hypocrites and people who model double standards like it's the American flag and the way of life. Whether or not any of this stuff is accurate or real, just being in the spotlight as long as you have been, you would think you know how to move better.
Other woman says that she also woke up the next morning and she just found Trey Songz allegedly biting her chest area and then trying to assay her with his fingers. They allege that when they resisted and pushed back and started sort of freaking out, he yelled at them to leave. They did end up filing a lawsuit against Trey Songz, but it's still ongoing to this day. Now in 2022, we have a lawsuit filed about an incident that happened in 2016. Now, this woman in 2016 alleges that she was dating Trey Songz consensually, but at a house party, he essays her. And according to her, she says that this came about because he wanted to get intimate with her and she did not want to because he wanted to use the back door, if you know what I mean. She alleges in her lawsuit that he assaulted her so brutally that when she called an Uber to take her home, he actually just straight up took her to the hospital. And she also alleges that her injuries were just so terrible and so bad that she actually had to get surgery back there. She would eventually go on to file a lawsuit that was later dismissed due to the statute of limitations, but then she refiled and they ended up settling out of court. Same year, 2016, Trey Songz is performing and the venue shuts off his mic because they're at curfew. He gets super upset and starts just throwing things all into the crowd. He destroys stage equipment. He throws a mic stand into the crowd that ends up hitting a photographer. Due to the injuries the photographer had, a Detroit police sergeant ends up going into Trey Songz' dressing room, and he goes to arrest Trey Songz. Trey Songz becomes belligerent and allegedly punches this cop in the face. The blow to his head was so severe that the police officer ended up not only with just a concussion, the officer had like a severe brain injury that was career ending. Like he was never able to go back to work again. He was permanently disabled after that. Moving on to 2017, we know that Keke Palmer was very vocal about how she felt about Trey Songz. She says that in 2017, she was invited to Miami under the guise of like a party that she believed was just a regular party. But in reality, it was Trey Songz shooting a music video, and she didn't find out about that until she was there. She says she declined to appear multiple times, not only to just Trey Songz, she also told the producer, she told an assistant. Later on, she would allege that Trey used sexual intimidation as well as alcohol to try to pressure her into being in the music video with him. She would also go on to say that in fear of experiencing more confrontation with Trey, after all of that happened, she would actually end up going into a club and hiding there as she waited for an Uber. And ultimately, Trey Songz put her in the music video anyway, like without her consent. I think the craziest thing about all of this is how much backlash Keke Palmer faced during this. Like if you were on Twitter at the time, you remember she was getting dragged. People thought that she was just making stuff up, that she was trying to use it for attention. Now in 2018,
that's the shit I hate about the internet and about fame and fortune and popularity and about worshiping and idolizing. I repeat that to the day I die, man. When you are chasing after the validation of another person, you are the most ugliest version of yourself that you could ever be. Y'all go to war over celebrities. I mean, y'all even call me a hater and blah, 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 because I say things that are true, but you don't know how to separate your feelings from reality. You see this character and image of a person on the screen and you think that's who they are off camera. No, the hell is not.
we have a woman that says that she was spending New Year's at a party at Diddy's mansion in Miami. She says she meets Trey there and that he invites her and a group of other friends to go to the nightclub 11. She alleges that while in VIP, he tried to essay her like with his fingers. She says that eventually she let him and like his driver take her home anyway, to which she says that in fear of more confrontation, she ended up like just recording on her phone. Trey Songz happened to see that she was recording and he got super upset. She alleges that he punched her in the face, and then eventually him and his driver, they get out of the car and they drag her out of the car. Both of them, like two grown men, drag this woman out of the car and they leave her in the middle of the street. She would eventually go on to file a $10 million lawsuit with Trey Songz that was eventually settled out of court. If y'all remember, this is also the year that BB Rexa does that interview where she's talking about how she went to her lawyer's wedding. She ends up seeing Trey Songz there. She didn't know him, and he's making like googly eyes with her. Mind you, he has a date, and eventually he ends up cornering her, pushing her up against a wall and kissing her. BB does say that it was completely out of left field. It was completely unwarranted. Like, she did not want that to happen. Y'all can go watch the full interview on YouTube. All right, y'all, this video is getting just a little long, so I am gonna have to make part 2. However, y'all know if this video's up, part 2 is already up because I never make y'all.
Do we really need to see a part 2? Damn, my nigga. Like, shit. I remember I did a reaction not too long ago about you in these situations, and it's like it resurfaced again on my timeline. I'm thinking, like, how the hell do you allow someone to ruin a cop's he just get away with doing that? This man done settled like 2 or 3 lawsuits out of court that I heard, and then still there's other stories, there's other things that's going on. This man is alleged. Damn. See, I hate liars. I hate people who make up stories that ruin your career. ruin your foundation at home, all of that. I can't stand women who do that, but I can't stand a dude who is forcefully putting himself in a situation to make women do as he please. But see, this is what y'all did. Y'all made them. You gave them light. Was he this person before the money? The cars and the clothes, with the hoes, I suppose. I just want to be successful. Was he like that before? And nobody really said anything about it? Because you know you got friends and people around you like that. They know you weird as hell. But they kind of just let you slide because of who you are. And they attach themselves to your title and the benefits that come with it. It's people like that. This is why I be like, stop worshiping these people and hold them accountable. We need to start correcting some of this shit. Like, really. As good as an artist as he is and the rest of them, we shouldn't be rewarding this type of behavior. That's just me. What's your thoughts?
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is bread and plain if you get it messy.